Hello and welcome to this session on prescription for productivity 3 on behalf of Finstrat IMF LLP Training, Learning and Development and Coaching Division. I, Srinivasan, welcome all of the learners for this session, which hopefully is not only interesting but helps you in your day-to-day practice. Today, uh, I will take you through one of the very important aspects in terms of client communication. Very often, but not, when we are communicating with clients, be it our retail clients or institutional clients, we take the types of communications for granted. Secondly, do you remember when you are being met by your principals, by their relationship manager, whatever designation they may have, whether the frontline salespeople or the location heads or the fund managers or analysts, whenever they are meeting you, what kind of communication you get connected to most? Have you ever given a thought about that? This will put the context in which I want to share today's session in place. So what I'm going to share with you is what are the types of thinking we have in terms of getting influence by the type of communications we either share with others or we receive from others. So today's topic and today's theme for all the professionals is what is your thinking type and how it is going to benefit in your day-to-day practice when you're dealing with clients. So I propose to take you through the client interactions, how you can make it more meaningful in terms of helping to gain the productivity. So once again, a warm welcome to Prescription to Productivity 3. This is primarily meant for IFI, IFA, and the MFT fraternity in the financial services. This is part of the Finstrat IMF LLP contribution to the practice management of all the professionals in financial services. Now, what is it you're going to benefit by viewing this session? The learning outcomes and the benefits from this session, when we know, is as follows. You will benefit from knowing what is your thinking type. You will know what is VAK thinking, styles of communications. And you will also benefit as to how VAK improves better communications. Remember, whatever we are sharing today, whatever practices we are in, be it independent financial intermediary, independent financial advisor, or a mutual fund distributor, or whichever specialty you are in, ultimately any kind of good communication should result in better productivity, therefore should yield more revenues and more profits in not only getting new clients but also retaining existing clients. So today's session, as I was telling you, is primarily to help you understand your thinking types. I will be talking on VAK thinking and how this is going to benefit in terms of your thinking. Before I proceed, let me give you a scenario. What is the scenario? I will take you to three kinds of scenarios which helps us to better relate to the VAK thinking, what I am planning to share with you. When we talk of a kind of thinking, what kind of thinking we have, we need to look in terms of what is the kind of foundation on which we plan to have this. The foundation always is this, that whenever we are meeting any kind of a clients, these three factors play in terms of getting the desired outcome what we have planned. And this matters even through communications. Any communication will start off in triggering emotions, how we feel. Therefore, it triggers thoughts in what we think. And finally, it helps us to act through our behavior. So the foundation for any kind of a communication, and a foundation as a matter of fact of any interaction, is these three factors: emotions, thoughts, and behavior. So on this foundation, we start off today with a case scenario. I would like to ask you to look at this option and give me your first impression. When meeting someone new, let's assume you are meeting a new prospect referred by your existing happy investor. And when you are meeting someone new, your first impression is of what they say, how they look, and their posture or pose. Whether we are meeting someone or someone else is meeting us, their impressions is based on these three factors. So let us assume hypothetically that in your first impression, you give more importance to how they look. It only means that you are more of a visual kind of a person. Any person who is a visual kind of a person focuses on more what they see, what they visualize. So these are the first impression. Let us take a second scenario. The second scenario, when speaking, when your relationship manager is speaking with you, or the location head is speaking with you, or a fund manager is speaking with you, what do they typically say? Do you say to yourself, I hear you, I see what you are saying, I understand how you feel? So when you are speaking, the words you would be tending to use is this: I hear you. I mean, you focus more on saying these words very often, hear. Or do you typically say more often, I see, I see? That means you are using that word more often whenever you are either communicating with anybody, or when someone speaks to you, you focus on the see portion of it. Or third category, you typically say, I understand how you feel. The focus is understanding and the focus is on feel. So this only means one thing: when assuming that you mostly hear what they say, or you always use the word I hear, you are more of an auditory person. That means when you are receiving communication or when you are sending communication, the focal point in terms of your thinking or absorbing is more on what is being said, what you hear. Okay, that takes the second scenario. Third scenario, whenever you have relationship with your clients, be it your retail clients or institutional clients or vice versa, whenever your principals have a relationship with you, your connections with others are enhanced by what? I'll give you three pictures: how they look, what they say to you, and how you feel around them. So basis the kind of enhancement or the relationship you have built, which is on any of these, how they look, what they say, and how you feel around them, will determine whether you are a hands-on person, whether you are a touch and feel person, whether you are experiential person, which means you are more of a kinesthetic kind of a person. So basically, what we are saying here is that whenever we face a situation in communicating with others, or when we are receiving communication from others, depending whether we are a visual person or auditory person or a kinesthetic person, the impact or the action happens. So what is the relevance we are trying to get here? What is the relevance we are trying to get in terms of the understanding part of it? What is it we are trying to actually say in terms of the impact, in terms of your communication or the final outcome? So let us go to this, and I'll give you a scenario where whatever I have shared with you falls under this category. So what is it we are saying? We are talking about a visual thinking, we are talking about an auditory thinking, or we are talking about a kinesthetic kind of a thinking. So when we are doing this, what matters finally is that whenever we are communicating something in terms of what we learn, it formally, the three pathways to learning is this. So we are talking in terms of I'll share with you a screen which will help us. So whenever we are interacting with our clients, what we say, what we show, what we make them feel or experience will determine the kind of impact it has on the other person, the investor. So the key takeaways from this is, if your client or if you're a potential investor is a more of a visual person, show him in terms of what is the performance, share with him the graphs, the visual representation, share with him the infographics of what is the past performance, what is the trends. So basically make his life easier if he's a visual person. If your potential client, the existing prospect, is more of an auditory person, please keep calling him now and then, inform him by phone what is the latest trends, and keep repeating in terms of the key points which you may want to convey, because he's an auditory person. If he's a kinesthetic kind of a person, if he's a more of an experiential kind of a person, show him where he was earlier in terms of what was the purchase price, show him where he is now in terms of the actual returns, what he has attained through the investments, and make him part of the overall experience of, in terms of the investment or the kind of solutions you are giving, meeting his goals. So the bottom line, what I am trying to share with you is, you know what is your kind of a thinking. Are you a visual person? Are you an auditory person? Are you a kinesthetic touch and feel person? Similarly, identify by the experiences your investors, are they visual or auditory or kinesthetic, basis which you help them in terms of giving information basis their actual requirement, whether it's auditory or whether it is visual or whether it is uh, kinesthetic. So basically, this is what I wanted to convey in terms of the experiences. And what matters finally is you get benefit out of this kind of a thinking and know your VAK styles. Therefore, know your client's VAK styles too. On that note, I am signing off. Hope you found this session useful in terms of conveying appropriately the kind of communication which your investor desires, be it visual, be it auditory, or be it kinesthetic. Happy day, happy sales. Good day to all of you.